Hello, air signs. This is Lisa with Heart of Inspiration. And here at this channel, we're here to help you lead a whole and healed, peaceful, and prosperous life. And as part of that, living a prosperous life, a peaceful life, nothing missing, nothing broken, I wanted to start doing and dealing with some of the more taboo, perhaps, or the areas of spirituality that we may or may not always talk about. And so today is the first of what we hope to be many monthly sex magic or sex magic energy readings. So I'm going to go through all the air signs. We're going to start with Gemini, and then we're going to go to Libra, and then we're going to go to Aquarius. And so here we go. As you're aware, or you may or may not be aware, sexual magic and sexual energy really do permeate our entire existence as higher dimensional beings. Okay? If we don't get in touch and balance out the divine feminine and divine masculine energies, then creation or creating our world is not going to work that well, now is it? So what we're going to do is we're going to tap into the sexual energy, the sexual magical energy of our beings and see what we should be tapping into, how it's going to play out. And if it's specifically for partners or not, I'll let you know along the way. So let's start with Gemini, okay? Sun, moon, and rising. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. So we have root medicine, okay? Medicine is going to be the overall energy. So it sounds like when I get that feeling, I need sexual healing, sexual healing, darling. It's good for me, right? Okay, and then we're going to go with the energy that's coming towards us. Oh, we have here, we're going to try to find my camera. This looks to me to be the magician. Well, that's fabulous energy coming towards us. Fabulous energy. So let's get, that's sexual energy. What are you creating, Gemini, this month with your sexual energy? And then we have the Hanged Man as the energy you've been bringing towards the table. Okay? Bringing that energy in there. Maybe we've been held up a little bit. We're going to talk about these in detail in just a moment. What we need to watch out for. This looks like it is the Two of Pentacles. And then I also have the Eight of Wands that wanted to come out. So we're going to kind of put this right here, the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. And then energy that's going to help you overcome this, okay, is going to be, looks to me to be the Wheel. Okay, the Wheel. And then outcome or advice for this energy of sexual magic and how we should utilize it. We have the Eight of Pentacles here. The Eight of Pentacles is right here. Okay, Gemini, so what we've got here is this shamanistic medicine card, right? So this is saying this is for this month of May, and this is like really springtime, right? May really, spring is in high gear. Flowers are blooming, trees are blooming, grass is growing, pollen is in the air. Like, everything is happening, right? It's really, we've come through kind of a rainy April, and now we're here in May, and here we are. Let's get it, let's go, right? So, but the shaman is going to take the herbs. The shaman is going to take this concept of nature. The shaman is going to go within. The shaman is going to really consult spirit for healing purposes. And I was interested to see this because I feel like you're going to need to get out in nature a little bit more. Maybe some of you are going to leave a window open every now and again when you're, whatever. It's your time. Or if you can, be outside and not be observed and not be caught up. I don't want anyone getting, arrested for. And even spending some time outside and just kind of allowing the energy of earth and the trees and the birds and every, living creature to just permeate your soul in a way and permeate your chakra system where this really, because remember, this adult or this sex energy, this sex magic is all about creation. This is all about harnessing both of your divine feminine and divine masculine and getting them to work in concert together. So as they consummate within you, they then create, right? This is what this is for. This is what this is about. It's also for experiencing the pleasure of just the journey in life. So let's talk about this a little bit. So where do we need this healing at? Energy coming towards you with the magician. This is basically saying, right, hey, look, we've decided we've got a new path. We got some new things we want to do. There's some fantastic energy in that regard, and you want to go on a new journey. All right. And the magician says, I can make this happen. And this is so typically you. I feel like there's some wounds that have either recently popped up or not so recently, but they are just kind of like, oh, or wounds that have happened recently or that have been incurred, or these are long-standing things. And this is the time for you to really begin to deal with it here in May and allow yourself to bloom. So this magician energy coming towards you is spirit saying, take all of your divine and your cup and your pentacle energy, and let's make this happen. And it's going to take the long haul, but spirit is saying you can do this. This is well within your wheelhouse. Here we have the hanged man as the energy you're bringing towards the table. Some of you are feeling like you've sacrificed so much and you're kind of done with the sacrifice. For some of you have honestly sacrificed a lot. Some of you is just rather narcissistic. Okay. So, I'm going to need you to balance that out. But regardless, the time of sacrifice is over. So stop like making yourself a martyr, Gemini, and giving things up just because you feel like, oh, well, whatever. I don't know, like you want to be the martyr, right? No, we're not being the martyr anymore. Also, it's time for you to stop sacrificing your pleasure, your happiness for the happiness of others or somebody special. That time's over. This hanged man in this regard is like, listen, I've given up so much. But this magician energy coming towards you and the medicine energy that we're overreaching here is saying it's time to heal those energetic wounds. And if you're using sex magic to do so, then what I'm going to need you to do is at that moment, that the highest moment, the moment of release of the energy, right? As you've built it up and now we're at the release. At that point, I need you to take all of this hurt, this pain, this like, oh my gosh, I've laid myself bare and nailed myself to the cross, so to speak, and I've just given up so much. And I need you to take all that and release it and let it go. Because now it's the time for you to know and to be empowered. Now is the time for you to put things into action and make that sacrifice worth something and not just sit around and just be like it's worth less or just take seconds. There's no sloppy seconds here. Like, you know what? A lot of you have sacrificed so much. But I also don't want you to continue to be the sacrificial lamb if that's what's been happening. Now, the energy that's going to be an obstacle for you is this guilt and shame. And I believe this guilt and shame with this Two of Pentacles is coming from the sacrifice. So you're feeling guilty or ashamed or like, how did I get freaking duped? How did I get duped into making this sacrifice? How did they, oh my God, right? Don't feel like that. You're not stupid. You're not duped. You did what you thought was best at that time. So do it, baby. Keep going with it. And then this Eight of Wands. And the eight of Wands here is really about just enjoying the pleasure for pleasure's sake. Just enjoying the ride. Like you're at this point where you're like, I don't get why this has happened. So how can I then what can I do to recreate? Like, how can I really make it worthwhile? It's all part of the journey. What's going to help you overcome that is the wheel energy. The wheel energy is this kind of magic of the mirror. It's the magic of looking at oneself and seeing one's reflection and saying, yes, there might be some things that I want to change about myself, but overall, I'm pretty darn good and pretty darn hot and pretty darn amazing. I'm pretty darn sexy. Okay? So this is all about transmutation. It's changing the wheel so that all of this energy up until now that has been coming towards you and all these things that have happened to you, you transmute it and make it where it is very useful. Okay? And reintegrate it. You use that energy to create your new world. Again, stop with the sacrifice. Use this energy to create the new world that you wish to live in, that you're trying to, and use this energy to heal yourself. Everything that you've been through has been for a reason and a purpose and a season. So get the lesson in it and move forward. Okay? And the outcome or advice that this Eight of Pentacles, this is, girl, honey, child, this is the cup of coffee over here, child. Okay, this is the cup of coffee. This is the magic of the cup of coffee. Listen, when you've had a wonderful night and y'all have finally connected, or you reconnected, or it was just a great night, and that morning cup of coffee, honey, and y'all just sitting there, chilling like villains and whatnot, enjoying the coffee of the next day and reminiscing and just, what? That's what I'm going to need you to do by the end of this month. The outcome is you're going to pour your cup of coffee in the morning and be like, "Whoo, child, that was really good. That was totally, completely satisfying." So if you're by yourself, can you have your own morning cup of coffee? Hmm. Can you have your own morning cup of coffee? That's what I'm going to recommend to you. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the transmutation. Enjoy the changing. And again, I need you to connect with nature. This is what that medicine card is really all about. I'm going to need you to connect with nature for this healing. When I get that feeling, I need sexual healing. Sexual healing, baby. That's what you need. And you don't need a partner to get it. You can do it all by yourself, honey. Okay? So find it within yourself. All right, let's get to Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, Libra. Protection. Very interesting. That is the sacred power that we're having. So let's look at what else we have. We also have the energy coming towards you is the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands is the energy that you're bringing to the table. We have the Nine of Wands as the energy that could be an obstacle for you. And then we also have the Knight of Cups or the Knight of Chalices. That's going to be energy that's going to assist you in overcoming this obstacle here. And then the outcome or advice here is the Four of Pentacles. So, Libra, I'm going to read this and then I see where this protection is kind of coming in. I think you've been overprotective of yourself. I think you've been a little bit overprotective of allowing other people in to assist you. And I think this is also playing out on your sex magic, sweetheart. So let's go on and figure out how we can unblock this a little bit. Some protection was necessary, but we might be going a little bit overboard. So let's take a peek. The energy coming towards you is this Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles represents, in this deck, represents, do you really love yourself? Because the only way that you're really going to find love and satisfaction and enjoyment in the rest of the in your life is if you love yourself. That you are the perfect union between male and female energy, divine feminine and divine masculine. So do you bring yourself to the point where you are satisfied in every area of your life? Have you dove deep within to love every inch, corner, curve, crevice, bump and lump, child? Who cares? Okay? Have you loved every bit of yourself? You got to do that in order for this to work. You see, when we are so, how can I put this? When we are so satisfied with who we are as an individual, okay, truly satisfied with who we are as an individual, truly happy with who we are, then and only then Can we find true happiness and success with others? Now, if you do not have a partner, you in order for any of this to work and for you to realize what's meant to happen by the end of this month, you need to be happy, pleased, and love yourself. And we also have the Ten of Wands. So what this Ten of Wands is basically saying is this is the marriage, the ultimate consummation between man and woman with total passion and total, without abandon, okay? Or with abandon, without guilt or shame or concern or anything like that. So are you at that point? It's like you're holding yourself back from getting that though with that Ten of Wands. Remember, in the standard tarot, the Ten of Wands is you're carrying other people's burdens. Okay, so what other people's ish are you still carrying that's blocking you from getting to this Ten of Pentacles, love of self? Where are you throwing up the blockades? Where are you being? This is where I believe we got the overprotection happening. You're so concerned about whether or not somebody is going to do you dirty because other people may have done you dirty in the past. And you put that on yourself. And I'm not saying you didn't have any responsibilities in the situation, but every situation that presents itself and happens, okay, beloved, is meant to happen for a reason. So can you take the lesson from it and move on and make this a healthy protection rather than blocking? But I do think some of y'all need a little bit of a release. Now, I'm not going to lie. And you could do that on your own. Okay? You could do that on your own. So if you have this time to yourself, this needs to be all about love of self and releasing one's creative energy so that what you are creating, I don't care what it is, what you are creating out in this world can truly come to you because you believe you deserve it. And not only that, you believe that it's going to come to you no matter what obstacles get thrown in your way. Now, this is the issue. This Nine of Wands this is again the defensiveness, right? The defensiveness, the unwilling to completely disrobe, or the shame. The shame. And this is what this Knight of Chalices here is for. This Knight of Chalices says, are we aware of who we are as a sexual being? Out of guilt and shame, or out of awareness and some like modesty? Okay, there's nothing wrong with modesty. Nobody said you got to run around here butt naked all the time. Okay. There's nothing wrong with the modesty, but are we being modest out of guilt and shame and because we don't think we're deserving? Or are we being modest because we have a level of, let's just say, humility, or an understanding that, as powerful as we are and as much of a deity as we are, the more we know, the less we know. Do you understand what I'm saying? Of our position in this universe, and the humility of the fact that we're here doing and living this life. And, we chose to, and that we have a purpose and a plan. But the problem is we're so standoffish that really, I'm going to tell you, a lot of this is coming from guilt and shame. So the identification of the guilt and the shame, I mean, is that why we're not practicing the magic on our own, because we have some guilt and some shame? Is that why we're perhaps not tapping into their creative abilities, or really activating our sacral chakras, male or female, doesn't matter? Are we not activating our sacral chakras over here and truly loving everything and every bit of ourselves because we're so busy with the guilt and the shame? Y'all might have thought this was all going to be about pleasuring yourself, and getting pleasure from others. But I'm going to tell you something, how our energy rolls in that respect shows itself in other areas of our lives. So if you're guilt and shamed in that area of your life in between the sheets, you're going to have some guilt and shame outside in some different areas, because that is the part, that is the moment where we're the most vulnerable, right? We just, it's all of us out here, okay, so to speak. Now, outcome or advice, child, that Four of Pentacles, listen, can you lay back and enjoy the ride? Can you love yourself enough and put your energy out there and kind of sit back and let it come to you? Gemini had a similar outcome with the cup of the morning cup of coffee magic. This is just the magic of sheer pleasure. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the creation. Enjoy the process of the creation. For women, it's enjoy the pregnancy. Enjoy, if you're in the physical, in that realm, enjoy it. Enjoy every piece of the process instead of putting yourself down and putting yourself out and saying, well, I'm not going to be able to get this, or, oh my goodness, I just hear some Libras just feeling so incredibly guilty about certain things, or being ashamed of certain things, or so overprotected because you've had people again do you dirty in the past. But there's a level of healthy protection, and then there's a level of overprotection. And at this point, it's an overprotection because of a feeling of feeling less than. So I'm going to need you to release that. So, what would I say to you, beloved? Listen, again, ourselves if we do not have a partner, or even if we do have a partner, can I tell y'all need to spend some time with yourself. Okay, spend some yourself time. Okay, and get to know you and get to love you. And when you're spending time with yourself, let that love of self energy come through and come out, so that you truly do enjoy the journey. It needs to come from your heart chakra as well as your sacral chakra. Your heart chakra as well as your sacral chakra. And then I would say during the month, allow that energy, when you are at a point of the greatest height and release of the time with yourself, then I would begin to also allow it to come from your solar plexus chakra, because we need the solar plexus and the sacral chakra to go on and create in this world. You need masculine and feminine energy, okay? Masculine and feminine energy. All right, now we are going to move right along to Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Let's get ourselves a sacred power. Reflection. Have you been a wolf in some sheep's clothing, child? Aquarius, what you all been up to, honey? I think there's a lot for you to reflect on. Let's see what's coming up in the cards. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising, please. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Okay. We have the Ten of Wands here as the energy coming towards you. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Excuse me, y'all. And then energy you're bringing to the table is the Two of Wands. Well, that's interesting now, isn't it? This is that magic of breaking bread, child. The magic of making that meal. Energy we need to look out for is the Six of Swords. Ruh-roh, what's going on there? What's that magic happening? Then what's going to help you overcome? Oh, my. Is the Tower card. There's a lot going on in that card, child. There's a whole lot happening in that card. Hold on, babies. And then we got a And then we have outcome or advice is going to be the strength card. Well, she certainly is showing her strength, isn't she? Certainly showing her strength. Okay. So as I'm looking at these, this is what I'm seeing, Aquarius, for you to reflect on, and for you to utilize in your sexual magic time. This is an area where you are really going to have to look at the people that are around you, the people that are in your world, in your realm. Is the enemy sleeping in your bed? What is going on? Is the enemy somewhere around? And sometimes, we can utilize this time. Again, this doesn't have to be with a partner. In fact, it may be more powerful if you don't have a partner with you, because this is then truly time you can reflect on yourself and hear in these, moments. Okay, we have the Ten of Wands energy coming towards you. The Ten of Wands, we just had this in the Libra reading. Now, are you carrying other people's burdens? Because remember, these unions, whatever the type of union it is, working, platonic, romantic, familial, whatever type of union it is, has to be satisfying for both sides. So apply it as you need to, but this has to be satisfying for both. Are you being satisfied, and are they being satisfied? Because if there's some level of imbalance here, we have a problem. And if you're carrying it and you're not truly satisfied in it, then I think this is where this whole reflection thing is coming in, and we're going to see the outcome of it. Because then next we have this Two of Wands. Now, this is the magic of sliced bread, child. So listen, it's great for you to sit opposite side and y'all googly eyed and y'all sharing a meal and everything. But while you all are together, please do not lose yourself in the mix. So where have you lost yourself? Where have you lost yourself in the midst of everything that you are creating? Where have you lost your you time? Where have you lost who you are in the midst of everything that you're doing and everything you're creating? This could be for someone that's in a relationship. This could be, you could be in a situationship. This could be in your career. This could be in anything. So I want you just to, again, when we're using this, the adult magic, this is how we're going to use this explosive energy at that height of, right, of pleasure, and when it's about to, right, when we're about to explode, right, with energy. Anyway, how could we use that very potent energy and harness it to create or recreate or change our world? Now, energy that is could be an obstacle. This Six of Swords. This, we all know what the Six of Swords represents in the regular tarot. What this represents is similar here, except for what this says is, if you're coupled, it takes both parties to move to a new energy, a new space, as much as it does the individual. It's time to get out of your daily routine. And this is how I'm seeing all of this play together. This Tower card says how you're going to overcome this is recognize who is in the betrayal. Who, and use everything you got to defend yourself or to avert it or whatever you need to avoid the betrayal. In other words, to see this as what's coming down the pipe before it happens. And you already know, this is where this reflection is. Where have you lost yourself and really not been being satisfied with the situation? Some of you Aquarians, you're coming into this month and you're like, I'm not happy. And you're not even sure where you're not happy. You're just not happy. I'm going to need you to take some time during your special time and reflect upon that. Ask the universe, ask spirit, ask source, your ancestors, you ask all of your team to show you where it is. Like, help you to focus in and pinpoint on where you're not happy. For some of you, it's in multiple places, and some of you have gotten lulled to sleep because you just gotten used to the fact that we sit down every day at 12:15 and we break bread and we eat and we smile and it is what it is. And I know that really sometimes you gets on my last nerve, or you say little sly and slick stuff and I don't really, I pay attention to it, but I really don't pay attention to it. You just kind of put that off to the side for the sake of you not being seen as being aggressive, or you not being seen as being bossy, or why you always got to look for the hidden meaning behind something, because there's a hidden meaning. That's why, because there's something else behind there. So the betrayal is around the corner. So in order for you to be able to see that betrayal and avert it, you're going to have to change your daily routine. So some of y'all may have to, instead of showering, at night, maybe you need to shower in the morning. Maybe some of y'all, if y'all in this couple situation, maybe you need to start going to bed at 10:30 instead of 9:30. Maybe you need to stay up till 11:30 till they come home. You got to shake it up a little bit to see what's going on. That's all I'm trying to tell you right now. So if this is a career situation, you change up. Maybe always on every Monday by 9:15, you got these reports done. Maybe you don't have the reports done by 9:15 this time. Maybe you wait till 11:15. Maybe you get them done at 8:15. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know which this could be applicable to everywhere is what I'm saying. Now, the outcome or advice situation. It's going to take everything you got to take dominion over your situation and avoid or cut this betrayal off at the pass. Avert the betrayal, avert the tower moment. You can avert it because Spirit is letting you know somebody's knocking at your door. Sleeping in my bed. Messing with my head. I don't know who that's for either, but you need to tap into this. The way that, I mean, if I was going to use this energy myself, before we, but on my own, I'm going to do this with the knowledge and understanding that what we are about to achieve here is I want to have clear sight, and I'm going to bring in and usher in through this moment or moments with myself. I'm going to focus in, okay, on bringing in the ability to have the dominion over the situation. Clear sight, clear focus over everything. Okay, beloveds. Ooh, that was real interesting. You like how I did the little, I got my little incense burning here with my little red and with all kinds of stuff going on. Thank you so much. I hope that, leave me some comments, honey. Leave me some comments because I have to understand. Did y'all like it? Did you hate it? What would you like to see or what have you? So we're going to do these readings and all that, and then we're going to be doing more in this area of sex magic throughout the coming months. Now, also, I want to call your attention to what's down in the description box. I have a cord cutting ceremony that I am conducting on May 8th, so the day before Mother's Day. Before Mother's Day, and that baby daddy come on over and try to say, hey, it's a family reunion. Okay, before that happens, y'all know what I'm talking about. Or that baby mama be like, ooh, you looking good. Thank you for the flowers. I don't mind, you getting her flowers is one thing, but baby, she might try to get you back in that bed. Anyway, the point being to make another baby. Anyway, okay, cut those cords beforehand. There's a link down below. I have limited spots. I put it up on Eventbrite this time, so it's going to be at 11 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific on Saturday morning, May 8th. Tickets are $47. It's an hour and a half. We will go through the cord cutting ceremony, and I will give you resources to keep those cords cut. And also, if you are interested in taking your light work and your spiritual walk to the next level and walking in your purpose, there's a link down below as well for you to book a 15-minute call with me to see if you are a good candidate for Lightworker Academy and getting into our Spiritual Counselor Energy Healer Certification Program. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you so much. Namaste. Bye-bye.